Okay, so we are back for part 3 of my declutter. It's been a few days. I went and got my nails changed. And I'm hoping we can get through this quickly and make this the last part. We're going to go through this set of 3 drawers that is underneath here, which I have my mirror and the drawers linked below, and I'll try to link these little dividers below as well. Okay, so I'm going to start over here with foundations, and looking at this, I know of 2 that are going to go. This one from, what is it, Uoma by Sharon C., the line that's available at Walmart. I thought I liked this at first, and the more I use it, the more I realize that it's not my favorite, and I find myself mixing it with other foundations to make it work. So I'm just going to move this on and get rid of this. This is the Kill Cover by Clio Cushion Foundation, and I'm getting rid of this because the shade's not quite right. It's too light. Here I am looking ridiculous. Let's just do this. I thought this was such a cool idea, like a full coverage foundation in a cushion, but the color's just wrong, and I feel like my skin just looks so dry every time I use this. So I am getting rid of this, and I'm also getting rid of the refill cartridge that it comes with because it's just not my thing. It's not bad, it's just not for me. Then what else? MAC Face and Body is a staple for me. This is in the larger bottle, in the shade N1. I know they did a shade expansion and changed this to like Studio Fix Radiance Face and Body or whatever, but this is just in the old packaging. It's one of my favorite foundations. I love this. I wore it yesterday. Very long wearing for more of a skin tint kind of look. Another skin tint that I really love is the Glossier one. This has like 0 to no coverage, but just really evens out the skin tone and makes it look like glowing and beautiful. Got a couple of stick foundations. I have the MAC Stick Foundation and the Huda Beauty Stick Foundation. The Huda Beauty Stick Foundation, the texture is not my favorite. I really like the coverage I get from it, but I find myself mixing it with the MAC one to make it a better texture for my skin. But I am going to keep it and I am going to use it because I find myself using these together and I love the finish that I get with these. I wore this on my wedding. This is the Chanel Le Beiges in the shade 10. I think this is the lightest shade that they make. This stuff is beautiful, gorgeous. Hands down one of my favorite foundations. Kosas Tinted Face Oil. I love this. I just feel like my skin looks amazing with this. And one tip that I have, if you have this and you're having trouble with it, use it with a brush. Don't use it with a beauty blender because it's an oil. So trying to use a wet beauty blender that has water in it is not going to let the oil really blend into the skin. So you definitely want to use a brush with this, in my opinion. More Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua, more of like a skin tint texture, but beautiful as well. Can we sense a trend here? I really like skin tints or something of that nature versus actual foundation. Make It Forever Reboot Foundation. This is probably my favorite foundation ever right now. I've used quite a bit of it up, considering I think it's down to like here. You can't really tell on camera, but where the top of my nail is, that's where it's down to. So beautiful, light coverage, but good coverage for me. So good. I like this too. I think this has been discontinued. This is the Touche Eclat Le Tint Radiance Awakening Foundation. I bought this in the wrong color. I should have bought BD20 and I bought B20, so it's really yellow for me, but I can make it work and it's really beautiful on the skin. Dior Backstage Face and Body another one of my favorite foundations. This is in the shade 0N. These are two completely different things. Do not think these are anywhere near the same. This is sheer to light coverage, where the Dior one can be medium to full coverage. So they are very different in that respect. This is quickly becoming a favorite as well. Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. I really love this. This is beautiful. I have turned several clients onto this foundation by using it on them, and they are like, I can't believe how beautiful this foundation is, so on and so forth. So if you're thinking about it, I would definitely give it a try. Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I always have this on hand. I use it as a mixer, or I'll just use it like as a foundation, which is not the intention of this product, but that's how I like to use it. Hint Hint Skin Tint from Morphe 2. I used a lot of this as well. I like this. You really have to shake it though, because it separates super easily. Huda Beauty Faux Filter. Yeah, I wear the shade Angel Food 110N. The coverage on this thing is insane. So if I feel like I'm having a really bad skin day, I will pull this out and wear this. And then I have the Glowish Skin Tint by Huda Beauty as well. Oh, and then this is very disappointing to me. This is the MAC Studio Fix Tech, which is what Studio Tech has been rebranded to. And I was really excited because they expanded the shade range again, and I was like, oh yes, shade range. And I bought my color because I love this foundation, and they changed it and they ruined it, and I'm so disappointed. But I still like it, and I will still use it. I use the shade N12. It's good, but it's not amazing like it used to be. So I'm going to try to go through this a little bit quicker, because I just realized how slowly I went through those. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer Pen. This is the one that clicks up from the bottom. It has nowhere near the coverage of the original one, which I have. I just need to open up and put in here. This one's fabulous and amazing. Like the pen for like days where I was like, oh, I just need to conceal my under eyes really quick and be out the door. Well, I don't know. It just does something weird with my under eyes. So I'm going to see if my mom or my sister would like to use it. So I'll sanitize it and give it to them. But for me, it's not good for me. And I have decided that I am also getting rid of this. I used it yesterday, and I just couldn't handle it. It is MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC15, and I was just keeping it to conceal my brows. But to be honest, no, it's just gonna go. It's too heavy for me. I can't use it under my eyes. I can only spot conceal around my face, which I do hardly ever. And if I'm going to conceal around my brows, I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer, or I have other concealers that I can use for that. So this is going to go. This, however, I love. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I use the shade G11. I love this. This is super hydrating, super glowy, super glossy. I've made quite the dent in it. I use shade G11, but I love this, and I will definitely repurchase this. This is going to go, I don't even know. I loved this when I was pregnant, and it was the only thing that would cover my dark circles when I was pregnant, but now that I'm not pregnant, it just doesn't mesh very well with my skin, so I am going to get rid of this. A Tarte concealer that I am keeping is the Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. This is so good. If you hated regular Shape Tape because it was just too drying. This is so good. Like, I have this on backup. This is probably one of my all-time favorite concealers, and I use the shade 16N. So, like, that will be repurchased unless they stop making it. I will always repurchase that. This is just okay. This is the Hourglass Airbrush Vanish Concealer. I don't know if I just need a different shade or what, but I was pretty underwhelmed with this, which means I won't purchase a darker shade. Right now I have the shade Birch, but I'm not super into it. I'm going to use it up because it's not bad, but it just, all the hype that it gets online is not correct, in my opinion. It's fine. It's not worth the $30 price tag. This, however, is my all-time favorite concealer. This is the Kosas something something concealer. I don't know. It's got a really long name. Anyway, but so good, so creamy, super blendable. Makes my under eyes look amazing and fabulous. And I love it so much. I love this too, but I need a darker shade in this. This is Kimchi Chic, the Most Concealer. This is in the shade Ivory, and I'm so used to Ivory being the lightest shade or too dark. So I bought this thinking it was going to be too dark, but no, it is definitely Ivory. It is way too white, so I use it to lighten concealers that are too dark. Like, I bought the wrong shade in the Born to Glow, so I'll wear these together because it'll make my right shade. If not, I have to wear the Born to Glow under my foundation, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the shade Vanilla in the Born to Glow is just too dark. So, need a lighter of this and a darker of this. Then this is the Bye Bye Under Eye from It Cosmetics. This stuff is so good. The hype around this is true. Like, so good, so full coverage, stays in place. It's so good. And I use the shade Light 10.5. Ooh, this one hurts me. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in SX01. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's where I'm at with this. I'm going to hang on to it because it was like 40 bucks for this little tiny pot, but I just don't know. There's something about it that makes me not want to use it, but then I paid so much money for it that I do want to use it. So, yeah, there's that. Charlotte Tilbury color corrector. There's nothing really interesting there. This is the only color corrector that has ever worked for me, though. Then I have my setting sprays, which are things that I keep around all the time. Fix Plus, the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is just an old one from Holiday in special packaging. And then Smashbox Primer Water. These are three of my absolute favorite setting sprays that I have ever used. And then I have this little Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. This is fine. I wouldn't repurchase this, but I'm going to use it up since I have it because there's nothing wrong with it. A couple of Chanel primers here. One is Super Hydrating, which is the LeBlanc. I don't think they make either one of these anymore, so there is that. This has SPF 40 in it, and I use the shade Rose. Then this is, I don't know, you can see the name. They don't make this anymore, but I use this to camouflage pores. It does something like magical, like the people at Chanel need to work for like Hogwarts or something because this stuff is amazing. They need to bring this back. I bought a little size of this Plump Right Back from NYX. I think I'm going to buy the full size of this. I think I've decided that I like this enough to buy the full size. Milk Blur Stick. It's fine. It's not my favorite. Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. Need to keep trying that. I haven't tried this Mint Melt primer. I bought it with the intention of using it, and it just kind of sits there because I want to use up this Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. This is really good. I like this. I would repurchase this once I use up some of this crap. Oh, and then Smashbox Mindful 5 Priming Oil So good. So, so good. I hope they didn't discontinue that when they repackaged their primers, because that is so good. Then these are my powders. I'm not going to be getting rid of anything here. I just thought I would show you guys what I have, because this is also kind of a collection video. Kaja joystick under eye powder. This is such a gimmick. The powder's good, but I hate this packaging. MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Warm Rose, which has been discontinued. I have the Jaclyn Illuminating Luminous Powder in Do Me. I really like this just to kind of dust all over the face once my makeup is done. Such a nice luminous look to the skin. Fenty Pro Filter Powder in Butter. Also another MAC powder that has been discontinued. This is the Mineralized Loose Foundation Powder. So good. Coty Airspun is a staple for me. I've got it on backup. The Kimchi Puff Puff Pass Set and Bake Powder in Ivender. This is way too light for me. It is really good to brighten up under my under eyes, but it's way too light for me to wear all over my face. So I need a darker shade in that as well. Kosas, what is this? Cloud Set in the shade Airy. I've used this a couple of times, maybe once or twice. I like it. It's nice. It's just a nice kind of setting powder. It's great. Then I have the Jouer Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder. That's what that looks like. This is fine. It's not my favorite, but it's a nice powder. If you were thinking about buying it, I would say try it. Okay, so we are now in the next drawer. I am going to try and hold the camera because I just couldn't get the angle right, and I don't want to take all of this stuff out of the drawer. That just was taking way too long. So let's go through this. This is blush, bronzer, and there's some highlighters back here as well. So let me just readjust here. Oh, and lashes. Okay, so in the front here we have this Jaclyn blush bronzer duo. That's what that looks like. It's fine. It's not my favorite. I like it. Would I repurchase another one? Probably not. The packaging is so bulky, guys. It's kind of annoying how bulky the packaging is. This keeps surviving declutters because I love this shade of blush so much. This is, I hate to say this is like 6 years old. But like, look at the amount of pan I've hit. And I just love this color. I wear this all the time. It's so pretty. So it's gonna stay. Then I have this ColourPop Super Shock Blush in the shade Cruel Intentions. I love this color. It's like a red. It's very nice. Then I have MAC Warm Soul. Everybody who is fair-skinned should have MAC Warm Soul. It's just my opinion. Don't come for me. Charlotte Tilbury in Walk of No Shame. This is a dark blush. I didn't quite realize how dark this was gonna be, but I love this color. Like, it's so pretty. I wear this all the time too. Blush Palette Volume 2 from Juvia's Place. I love these colors. This orangey blush is so pretty, like blended over top of bronzer. Oh my god. ColourPop Pressed Powder Blush in Potted. Again, no idea what collection this is from. Come on. Can I do this one-handed? I guess not. Hang on. That is what that looks like. Really nice color, really great formula. Patrick Ta Blush Duo. And what is this? Oh, She's Different. Why can't I open any of these one-handed? But that is what that is. I love this because it's got this little screen here to protect the cream blush from getting all the blush powder in it. Pat McGrath Skin Fetish. Is that what this is called? What is this called? Pat McGrath Sublime Skin Highlighter is what this is called. So this is her highlighting palette. I love that. That is one of the most beautiful highlighter formulas I have ever used. Rouge Romance Blush Palette from Jaclyn Hill. That's the one I have. I believe there were 2 of these. I have Rouge Affair, which is like the one for lighter skin. This needs to be moved up to my foundation drawer. This is my Graftobian foundation palette in Warm. So that needs to be moved up in with my foundations. I don't know why that's down here. Like, I was wondering where this went. So we will put that with my foundations. And then this is just, I think, a palette of singles. Yeah. This is like my contouring palette that I've put together. This is Emphasize. What is this? Whoa, whoa. Quit. Emphasize Sculpt. So I've got a Sculpt. I've got a new one here. And then this is Taupe Blush, Hush, and Pearl. And then this was limited edition. This collection. And it's called Into Eternity Electric Wonder. I think Electric Wonder was the collection. Iridescent powder. So that's what that is. Over here we have bronzers. I'm not going to get rid of anything, I don't think. Danessa Myricks Cream Bronzer. Bare Minerals Bronzer in Faux Tan. This I am going to get rid of, finally. This I'm finally done with this. It's hard panned on both sides, and it's just, maybe I'm not going to get rid of it. I don't know. We'll set it over there for right now. Just freaking get rid of it, Alyssa. Jesus. Anyway, let's see. Glowish by Huda Beauty. This is fine. This just seems like it's pressed really weird to me. I'm going to keep using it because it is a really good bronzer for me during the winter because it's very fair and it's very light. So that's why I decided to get rid of that MAC one I just had a fit over, because this does the same thing for me. But I feel like I just have to build and build and build with this one. I wouldn't repurchase it, or I would repurchase a darker shade. This is the LYS bronzer, or LYS. I don't know how you say that. I have it in the shade Motivate. Used it a couple of times, and I like it so far. It's nice. Chanel Bronze Universal, Soul by ColourPop bronzer. And then these are just lashes. There's nothing really exciting about lashes to me. Those are the only lashes that I have. So this is our lash drawer. This is my eyeshadow palettes. I don't know if I'm going to actually get rid of anything in here. We'll see, because I am in love with eyeshadow. So this first one is new. This is obviously staying. This is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge palette. Is this upside down? I don't know. But anyway, this is what it looks like. You get a row of neons, shimmers, really dark shades, kind of mid-tones, and then more pastel shades, and a white. This is so great. I have several looks with this on my Instagram, which is going to also be linked below. But I've done a row with the green, with the blue. So I want to do like a row, like a look with these last 4 rows as well. This should be interesting, how to make this row a look. But I'm down, so this is staying. This is the original Jaclyn Hill palette, and this is the original formula as well before it was reformulated. This one is so much better than the new one, and I will be keeping this. Okay, so I thought I got rid of this, but this one is going to be leaving. I actually will probably put this into my makeup kit after I sanitize it. This is the Everyday Chic palette from Morphe. This has just turned out to be way too cool toned for my liking, so everything kind of looks gray or purple on me, and I'm just not into that. So this is gonna go, even though like this glitter is beautiful, this gold is beautiful. It's a beautiful palette, it's just not for me. Then I have the Morphe X Pony Constellation Skies Artistry Palette. This is huge. Can I even get this whole thing in camera? I don't know. It's huge. Let me see. That's not really good. But so you get like a blue section. I don't know. It's good. I like it. It pulls a little bit red, which is fine for me, but I don't know. I just got it not too long ago, so I need to play around with it some more. Another Morphe palette. This is the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette. This is great for me to just throw something on and run out the door and not have to think about the colors that I'm using, because I can just literally go boom, 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 throw a shimmer on and be done. This I just got. I did post a look with this on my Instagram recently. This is the Natasha Denona Mini Biba palette. This is so pretty, and this formula is amazing. It makes me want to buy one of her larger palettes, which I might do. I don't know. I have so many eyeshadow right now. It depends on how much eyeshadow I get rid of, I guess. I have this little Charlotte Tilbury quad, which is just great staple colors. I use this more as a companion palette versus a standalone palette, but I love all three of these shimmers in here, and this is a really good black. Huda Beauty Khaki Haze palette. I love this. This is such a great setup of colors for me. It's so pretty. ColourPop at Forest Sight with Raw Beauty Christie. Beautiful palette. If you can still get your hands on this somehow, I would do it. It's beautiful. This is going to go. This is the Taupes palette from Juvia's Place. I'm actually going to sanitize this and put this in my kit, because I will use these colors on other people in my kit. I am just not super into gray eyeshadow, and I just find myself not using this, even though I love Juvia's Place formula. I am going to keep the Chocolates by Juvia's Place. Really great deep dark neutral browns. Lime Crime Venus Immortals palette. I will keep this because I do use this. I'm going to keep a gray toned palette. This is going to be the palette that I keep. Pat McGrath Divine, what is this? Mothership Rose Decadence. I love these colors. I love these two oranges specifically. So good. Can I say so good one more time, please? Juvia's Place Warrior 2 all matte neutral palette. I love this. I love this. These are some loose shadows. These first three rows are Sydney Grace. This one is Sydney Grace. These three are MAC, and some Anastasia ones that I depotted. But if you haven't tried Sydney Grace shadows, I would definitely give that a shot, because they are so good, so blendable. Like some of the most beautiful, inexpensive eyeshadows I've ever used. And this palette I got off of Amazon. I'll try and remember to link that below. Morphe Cherry Coke palette. Do I like this? Probably not. I think I'm going to try and use it a few more times, but I don't think I'm super blown away with this. The packaging is super cute. It reminds me of like old school Too Faced. I get the idea it's supposed to be like a Coke can, but it reminds me of old school Too Faced palettes. Alyssa Edwards I've been keeping for sentimental reasons, and that I love Alyssa Edwards, and but I think it's time to let this go. I haven't used it in 2 years, so I'm gonna let it go. All right, then we have a Kaleidos palette. This is the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette with Angelica Nyquist. Can I open this? That's what that looks like. I love this. I use this constantly. These shimmers are out of this world. This is my bigger Pat McGrath palette. This is the Divine Rose, I believe. Yeah, Divine Rose. Sorry. That's what that looks like. Very neutral. This kind of glittery shimmer shade here on the end is amazing. So that will for sure stay. Then the Melt Cosmetics Mary Jane palette. I actually really love this. Looking at this though, oh no, they're different. Okay. I was like, oh dang, this is very similar to this Huda palette, but this is much more warm toned and these are much more neutral. So that makes me feel kind of better. Decluttered. Like I said, I wasn't going to get rid of a lot. I was just kind of going through and getting rid of things that I don't use. So let me know what kind of videos you guys would want to see from me next, and I will work on that. Like I said, I'm trying to be more consistent in my uploading for 2022. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my declutter, and I will see you all in my next video.